Hi, I'm Chris. I'm the founder of Foxley Consulting. We're a business that's committed to sharing insights and commercial excellence with everybody. In this video, I'm going to share a little bit of my thoughts about risk and attitude to risk within business. At Foxley Consulting, we have 3 steps to building confidence and commercial excellence. The first 2 are about understanding yourself, and then second of all, understanding your customer. This is where I want to focus on risk and think about the impact of risk when you're starting to understand yourself and understand your customer. And what I mean by that is that your attitude to risk is a very personal experience, it's a personal feeling. Think about general pastimes. There are some people who enjoy what would be considered to be risky pastimes. They might like motorcycle racing, they might enjoy rock climbing, they might enjoy surfing. For some people, that's just normal. They see that as being a hobby and fun and exhilarating experience. For others, it's a complete no-no, too risky, too dangerous. And it's a wonderful example of people's different attitude to risk. And risk manifests itself in the idea of what are the benefits that I'm going to gain versus what damage could occur if things go wrong. And that's the balance that people play up, is the idea of benefit versus risk. Every time you make a decision, whether it's a commercial decision or a personal decision, you start to use these elements of balance of risk and reward. So when you think about a commercial deal, a commercial agreement, that's exactly the same attitude. What's the value of the deal that I'm securing? How much am I going to gain from it? Versus what's the risk, and it might go wrong, that we might lose money or that it might fail entirely. That's your attitude to commercial risk. If you move across the table, what you'll find is that your customer has the same point of view. They have decisions to make about the benefits of this deal, the value of the deal versus what happens if it goes wrong, or what happens if they choose another supplier that they could work with. And that's their attitude to risk. If you are a person who enjoys taking risks, perhaps you're prepared to put a deal on the table which is high risk and high value for you. Your customer might not feel the same way. They personally might worry that this deal isn't going to deliver what they want, and it is too risky for them. And so understanding that different perception of risk and reward is hugely important when you're starting to consider the value of an agreement and whether the person you're talking to can actually agree to your deal. If you take this one step away, then you start to think about the influences on your decision making and your customers' decision making. You recognise that stakeholders within different organisations also have a huge say on the attitude to risk and on that deal itself. So even if your counterparty is prepared to take a risk and feels that there's an opportunity to secure more value from doing so, perhaps their political influencers are not so enthusiastic. And this manifests itself with lots of internal problems and a situation where you think that you've reached an agreement and then it comes back with changes and with added layers of complexity or added layers of protection that you're just not sure about or you don't understand. That could be the attitude to risk. Use it when you're starting to plan your relationships and work out who you're dealing with, what type of attitude to risk they have, what type of attitude their organisation has, and then put those elements in place that provide the protections and the comfort that they need to be able to agree to your deal. It seems simple, but when you're under pressure to get an agreement, these are the elements that you forget about. You focus too much on the value for you and not enough on their attitude. At Foxley Consulting, we help build confidence and capability in teams by helping address these kind of issues. To learn more, visit the website or subscribe to the learning modules at www.foxleyconsulting.com.